Time, a constant shadow, always present, ticking away. Tick-tock, tick-tock. It's the true pulse of human existence, one we feel more keenly as we grow older. But why is that? Why does childhood seem vast, filled with hope and countless possibilities, only for time to shrink and accelerate once we enter our 20s? Personally, I can barely trace how time slipped away after 2016. This question has intrigued philosophers and scientists for centuries, often addressed indirectly, as they sought to define time itself. Plato connected time to celestial motions, while Aristotle linked it to the soul. Einstein described time as a malleable dimension, much like space. Yet when it comes to explaining why time feels faster as we age, no one has offered a more profound answer than the French philosopher Henri Bergson. His exploration of time even led to a famous debate with Albert Einstein, a clash between two towering intellects that I'll discuss further in this video. Henri Bergson was a prominent figure of early 20th century thought. His ideas influenced countless modern writers, artists, and intellectuals. More than a philosopher, he was also a brilliant mathematician, earning a prestigious prize in the field. In 1927, he received the Nobel Prize in Literature, recognizing his profound and innovative contributions. Bergson's doctoral thesis, Time and Free Will, published in 1889, marked a pivotal moment in the philosophy of time. In it, he challenged traditional, linear views of time and connected it deeply to human consciousness. The beauty of this work lies not just in its theoretical brilliance, but in its call for us to reconnect with real time, and in doing so, with ourselves. Traditional time, also known as measured time, is linear and divided into separate moments, seconds, minutes, and hours tracked by the clock. This view sees time as a straight line, moving from past to present to future. It's a practical concept essential for organizing life. Einstein expanded on this by defining time as the fourth dimension, intrinsically tied to space. But Henri Bergson argued that this definition of time is an illusion, a construct created to simplify human life. While practical, he believed, it causes harm to our minds. Bergson referred to this as abstract, artificial, or spatialized time, a framework often used by scientists to study closed systems. Bergson saw a fundamental flaw in this traditional perspective. What about the passage of time as we experience it, influenced by our moods and mental state? He introduced the concept of duration, la durée, a deeply personal and subjective experience of time. Unlike clock time, duration cannot be measured. It can only be felt, and it varies from person to person, depending on their state of mind. Consider how time feels when we're scrolling through social media. An hour can pass in what feels like 10 minutes. On the other hand, if we're stuck in a room with nothing to do but watch the clock tick, that same hour can stretch endlessly, feeling like 2. Bergson opposed this artificial clock time. He believed that the constant ticking of the clock's hands pulls us away from deeper experiences. In his view, it becomes a master to which we are enslaved, constantly pushing ourselves to keep up. For Bergson, this relentless focus on measured time is a major reason the modern world feels so rushed and burdened with anxiety and depression. In April 1922, during a lecture in Paris, Henri Bergson unintentionally found himself in a debate with Albert Einstein about the nature of time. This encounter is often regarded as one of the greatest intellectual debates of the 20th century. The lecture was originally intended as a discussion on Einstein's theory of relativity, with Bergson, then a 62-year-old intellectual, seated among the audience. Bergson was not only a respected philosopher, but also a celebrated public figure, known for his best-selling book Creative Evolution. During the debate, Bergson began by praising Einstein's contributions, but then shared his views on human experience and its relationship with time. Einstein, caught off guard, took some time to respond, partly because he was speaking in French, and partly because Bergson's argument had merit. Einstein eventually replied by asserting that there is no philosophical time, only psychological time and absolute time. The debate quickly garnered media attention, though it ended without a clear winner. Many in the scientific community, including some Nobel laureates, believed Einstein had prevailed, attributing Bergson's argument to a failure to grasp the theory of relativity. However, Bergson did understand Einstein's theory. He was neither out of touch with science nor mathematics. Bergson links scientists to surgeons who are attempting to perform delicate operations with the wrong tools. Instead of using a scalpel, they were wielding a knife, leading to flawed conclusions. He criticized the scientific view of time as merely a spatial dimension, arguing that time is fundamentally different from space. Bergson defined time or duration as succession without distinction and mutual penetration. He saw it as an interconnected flow, where each element represents the whole, and cannot be isolated except through abstract thought. For Bergson, this perspective on time wasn't just theoretical, it was a call to live fully. He urged us to experience time as it truly is, absorbing its essence so it can flow freely. If we fail to do so, we risk losing our connection to ourselves, much like the fragmented, hurried minds of the modern age. In our youth, time feels slower, because our experiences are novel and vivid, capturing our full attention and leaving deep impressions on our memory. Each moment feels expansive, enriched by the newness and discovery that define childhood. As we grow older, however, life often becomes more routine, with fewer novel stimuli to engage us or form distinct memories. This creates a sense of time contraction, where long stretches pass by almost unnoticed. Henri Bergson also emphasized the proportionality of time to lived experience. For a child, a single year represents a substantial fraction of their life, making it feel longer. For an adult, that same year constitutes a much smaller proportion, giving the impression that it flies by. Unlike mechanical time, which is linear and artificially constructed, duration reflects a network of endlessly complex, interwoven moments deeply tied to our consciousness. How does this connection between time and consciousness work? According to Bergson, time, duration, is a qualitative continuation of our experiences, where everything is stored in the present. In his view, the past is not lost or separated from us. It exists within us in the form of memories, emotions, and experiences, continually shaping how we perceive the present. These memories are not static or distant. They are alive, influencing our understanding of reality. Similarly, the future is not something external or waiting to unfold. It exists as a potential within our consciousness, shaping our thoughts and actions as we move forward. So for him, the now is never isolated. It is the convergence of past and future interconnected, which is what makes our consciousness. This ongoing flow of experiences is what Bergson referred to as duration, emphasizing the complexity and richness of time as it exists within us. Bergson's ideas didn't just redefine philosophy, they influenced broader cultural and intellectual movements. His exploration of subjective time resonated with existentialists and phenomenologists like Sartre and Merleau-Ponty, who also emphasized the importance of lived experience. Early psychologists valued his insights into memory as a dynamic and active force. These ideas extended into art as well. Bergson believed that artists had a unique ability to express the essence of time in ways that science and philosophy could not. Writers like Marcel Proust and James Joyce, inspired by Bergson, created works that blurred the boundaries between past, present, and future. In Priests in Search of Lost Time, memories resurface unbidden, blending with the present, reflecting Bergson's concept of duration. Similarly, Joyce's Ulysses condenses a single day into a rich tapestry of inner experiences, where time becomes fluid for Bergson. Art offered a vital counterbalance to the dominance of mechanical time. It reminded people of the depth and texture of their inner lives, something clocks and formulas could never capture. While there shouldn't be a total negation of the utility of measured time for organizing life, he urged us to reconnect with the flow of duration. By doing so, we can resist the alienation of modern life and rediscover moments of stillness and presence, allowing time to enrich us rather than control us.